I'm Jennifer. I am a Jewish lady in Virginia, and we had a question on the table. It was a pretty good question. It was about mikvah. So the question on the table is this. We want to know, okay, so I have locks, as you will see in just a moment. And the question on the table is, when you're in a mikvah, do your locks count as like one, like as in one strand of hair? Or will it count as multiple strands of hair? And if the water actually coats the entire hair on the outside, or if water goes into the lock, and then if so, how can we make sure that all of the water from the mikveh is actually touching everything that it possibly can within the lock? And so that's the question on the table, and we're gonna find out. Let's see. Okay, so this is my hair. It's very long. It's a lot. Please excuse it. I know it looks kind of crazy. I'm getting it done tomorrow. But yeah, I have long locks, and my locks, this matters. So my locks are, I started my locks with 2-strand twist. And then I started to palm roll my locks. Is when you take your hands and you roll them between your palms, and that forms the lock. As you can see, I need a retwist very badly, which I will be doing tomorrow. But we wanted to find out, okay, like with the various different types of the way you start your locks, will that matter? Will that, prohibit the question? Like, does it stop water from getting within the lock? Or will it, or only parts of the lock? Maybe we'll find out that the part that's 2-strand twisted will maybe hold water stronger than the part that is palm rolled. Or maybe we find out, well, we don't know what we're going to find out yet. So that's the project. And then let's find out. But I'm going to say my hypothesis also. So here's my hypothesis. What I'm thinking is that I think the best way to do this, like if a woman with locks were to go to a mikvah, I think the best way would be to make sure that there's no, once you dip in the mikvah, make sure that there's no air bubbles coming from the hair. And that's because there's multiple strands of hair, in, a particular lock. So if you can make sure that if no air is coming from the lock, that means anything that could have touched water has touched water. So let's see. All right. I forgot to mention something very important. So when you go to mikvah, normally you have to wash everything before you can go in. So I figured what better way to do this is to wait till a wash day, and so I will be washing my hair, but I wanted to tell you something about this because I thought about something that I'm pretty sure it won't hinder this experiment in any way, but just in case. So I'll be doing an ACV rinse on my hair before doing the science part of this to find out if all the hair is wet. And the reason why I chose to do an ACV rinse, which is baking soda, lemon juice, and apple cider vinegar, of course, and then of course water, and then you put in water, and I'll show you the mixture as I'm putting it in. But the reason why I chose this is because it doesn't leave any like film or residue on the hair like a lot of shampoos do. And so this way we can get an accurate depiction on if make sure the water is actually touching the hair and not a film on top of the hair. If that, I know that makes perfect sense. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so this thing, which I am a huge advocate for, I just put baking soda in there. I used about 3/4 of a cup of baking soda. I'm going to use some apple cider vinegar. Yeah. Just any, it has the mother in it, so of course you want to use that. And then I normally use fresh lemon for my hair, but I ran out of fresh lemon, so I just grabbed this one. It's OU, but it's just like regular lemon juice, and it's from concentrate, but it doesn't have, let's see, it only has, let's see, lemon juice and salt. Yeah, sodium. Yeah, basically just lemon juice and salt. So that pretty much tells you what that is. So I just added the baking soda in there. So I'm just kind of swirling the baking soda in there so that way I don't end up with baking soda left in my hair after this whole situation. All right. And the water is nice and warm. I like my water to scald me. However, this will do. All right. So I'll go to the next part of the video in just a sec. Okay. Next thing I will be adding is the lemon. I don't measure lemon, but I just kind of squeeze it in like so, this will not hinder our experiment in any way. This is just what I do to wash my hair. So good amount of lemon in there. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to add is my ACV. Yep. All right. So, okay. And this is my favorite part. I'm going to be very careful not to put the mother in there because okay. And that is now an issue. You saw how it fizzes. That's the chemical reaction of it. Acids and bases. So, ta-da, science. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see, I've changed out of my shirt and I'm into I'm going to call it a hair washing shirt. And I'm about to go in. Here we go. All right, this is going to look really kind of awkward on camera for a second, but oh yeah, you should probably know what this water looks like before. That's what it looks like before I put my hair in. Okay, now my hair's in. All right, here we go. All right, so I just finished on my ACV rinse and I wanted to, I guess, fully picture every possible situation that can happen. And so I know some mikvahs, have a nice warmer. Sometimes like the water's warmer, and then other times you hop in there and it's like 13 below zero and it's just not frozen yet. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my whole head in, I guess what you would say, like standard, maybe a little bit above room temperature water first. Then the only way I can figure out to, I guess, accurately depict what's happening is I got like a jar, just a regular jar, right? And then I'm going to do one with maybe hotter water, like maybe shower temperature water, and then one with ice cold water. I'm not going to go as far as to do rainwater, even though we did just rain outside and I do have a jug of water out there, but I just washed my hair and I'm not doing all that. So, yeah, so this is what we're doing. So we have regular temperature water, cold water, hot water, and I'm going to try and get a close-up, especially when I'm doing it in the jar, so that way you all can see, because, okay, matter of fact, let me just take this off so you can see what we're dealing with here. It's going to look crazy, so, oh, goodness. All right. So this is called fresh washed Locs, right? All right. So, and I would like to take some from like different, my Orthodox rabbi friend who told me to take, oh Lord, y'all see this gray? But anyway, my Orthodox rabbi friend told me to maybe try getting different parts of the head, just in case, one part of the hair reacts differently from others. So I'm going to do all parts, so you'll see that too. But, oh, sorry. I'm trying to hold the camera and do the same time. So I'm going to take the hair pretty much like this. I'm going to stick it in the jar, and then I'm going to get maybe I don't know, like a close-up of the jar with the hair. So I'll try to make it not, so it doesn't reflect off of the glass, so that way you're able to see if there's any subtle changes or anything. I doubt there will be, but for the sake of this experiment, this is what we're doing. All right, bye. Okay, so as you can see, my hair is, I just finished washing my hair as you would wash right before you go to a mikvah, and then I'm going to dip my hair. I've got the water already prepared right here in this little tub basin thing here. Okay, please excuse the background because I keep shows over there. But anyway, but yeah, so, but there's multiple ways to do it, and multiple people say multiple things on how to do it. So, I've been told 3, I've been told 7. I was trying to get like a nice number that most people would say, okay, that's good. So I think for the purpose of this experiment, we'll go with 7. And that way we've passed 3. And then by 7, we know anything that's going to happen is already going to happen with this hair. So hopefully that'll be enough. And if it's not, then I will try to find time to maybe add more. But now, as for not longevity, but time length. So I know there's some people that go like 1, say a brooker, then 2, and then and then do it like that until they reach 7. Then there's others like what is like 1 for like turban and one then another. So I think it just depends on like the time also. So what I'll do is I'll do both to maybe help with this situation. So here we go. Let's see what happens. So hair in water, stay for a second. Simulation brooker, wait for a couple seconds. Brooker simulation. Make sure it's not all in there, I guess. My eyeball is literally in the water now. So I mean this. How many times did I dip so far?
3 maybe? I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Maybe more, actually.
Okay, well, I guess the more the better, right, technically? Well, maybe. Who knows? That's an argument. Alright. Okay. And then that would be like the last one. Okay, so so here's what we noticed. The hair, I have water in my eye. The hair is, I made sure to get hair from the front and the back, so that way there's no question as to the hair on the front of your head or the hair on the back of your head, what gets wetter. There's no question like that. All right, let's see. So the roots, actually this water is pretty evenly distributed. The whole lock seems to be wet, and I really need to hold on, people. All right. Okay, I was blinding myself with water here. So the whole lock seems to be wet. It seems to be wet through. Here, let's see. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so that's a good indication that there's actually water in the lock. I don't feel any dry spots or anything. Considering that when I squeeze my hair, water came from it. That kind of goes with my hypothesis of the water actually getting into the lock. So, and also when I dipped, I was looking to see if I saw like any bubbles or anything, so that way I know that there's nothing else that the water could hit. So I think it's fair to say, and then also, let's see, hold up. All right, so in this is I'm trying to see if there's any difference between the palm rolled parts and the 2-strand twist parts. No, it's all the same amount of wetness through the entire lock. So I think it's fair to say that if you follow proper procedure and you take your shower before your mikvah, and then you dip at least 3 times, that your hair will be fully wet. There's nothing else that the water could possibly touch in your hair, whether you have palm rolled or 2-strand twist locks. And I guess we'll also try the jar method. Let's see. And cut. Okay, after that last part of our Mikvah lock project, that's what we can call this. from what I saw, I don't think doing this jar method would be actually necessary. However, we're going to do it anyway, just in case there's something that someone sees that could possibly, let's find out. It's just worth a shot, just in case, because you never know. So I'm just going to take these two locs right here. I chose these two because they are, well, actually, no, I'm going to choose these one and this one. Okay, these two. One is a little thinner, one's a little thicker. And then also, this one is palm rolled mostly. It's two strand twist on the bottom, of course, but then it's palm rolled from anywhere up here. And then, of course, this one is the same, but they're just different thicknesses, which, again, after what we just saw, I don't think it's going to matter, but we can try it. So, loc going in the water. Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Let me do it this way. Ah, whoops. Sorry, guys. And gals. All right. Let's see. So the hair is now in the water. As you can see, hopefully you can see. Ah, there we go. The two locs are now in the water. As you can see, this, I felt, okay, actually, I changed my mind. I feel like this right here is an important part of this project because it shows what I was referring to before. I said that you would need to make sure that there was no air bubbles in the loc, you know, to make sure that all the water from the mikvah has actually properly been introduced to the hair. And so this proves, given that we found out in our method over here that locs are porous, this also proves that it is possible to release all the air from it, because if there was air in it, there would still be there would be bubbles coming from the loc. So the fact that we don't see any bubbles, this just tells us that that there's no I guess essentially, like, there's nothing else that the water could possibly touch. So like if you were like in a mikvah and you had dipped in a mikvah, there's nothing else that could, once the water is in the loc, it's in there. There's no, basically there's nothing extra. There's nothing else you can do. That's just, this is what it is. So, yeah, and as you can see, the locs are in there, just kind of just hanging out. And then let's see, we take them out. The locs are wet. Let's see. Yeah, they still feel wet all through and through. So, yeah. And then let's see if I can catch those bubbles from getting the air. Because if it does, then that tells us something different a little. No. So basically that means that the loc is actually saturated and that there's no air even able to get into the loc as quickly as you would dip to do your burkas in a mikvah. So I think this experiment is a success, honestly. And if anyone has any questions, I obviously am not a rabbi, but feel free to ask me and I will ask some of my rabbi friends. And yeah, I hope this helps. Bye. Okay, also, I wanted to say that if you are around here, so I always get this question, like every once in a while when I do these like little hair washing videos and stuff like that. I always get this question, where did I get this thing from? I'm sorry, that's backwards. It's called the Easy Shampoo Hair Washing Basin. The kosher market over here is attached to a pharmacy, and they sold them for, I'm pretty sure it's like probably like 20, maybe 20, 30 at the most. I don't think I would have paid more than $30 for this. So like, I'm going to say somewhere between $20 and $30, but I have seen them on Amazon before for like $12. But I also know if you call that company directly, they answer the phone. They're very attentive. It's spot on, you know. So if anybody, you know, needs one of those, then I can maybe put a link under this video if you want me to. But yeah, just let me know. That's all. All right. I hope this experiment was helpful for you, and I hope that you enjoy your day. All right. Bye.